Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet again another live stream. Thank you for joining if you are joining us live, and thank you for joining us if you're not joining us live, and continuing to support the YouTube channel. We do appreciate, we have had quite a lot of new subs the past week, so we do appreciate everyone who is new and getting involved. If you are a member, then you would have seen the link go out on the Discord. I will chat a little bit about the Discord throughout this live stream, as our calls have been pretty well this week, in particular, our Bitcoin analysis. So I will cover that a little bit more in the rest of the video, but today we are going to speak about, obviously, the US inflation at an all-time high. Typical. We did call this back in 2020. Again, I will get into that. I'm going to chat a little bit about just general news. Luna buying more Bitcoin, as you would have seen in today's news. We've also got some big news coming out from Vechain and Baidou, and also stay tuned to the end because I do have a little bit of an announcement, shall we say, regarding a particular project that all of our members are involved in and have been involved in. So if you are a member, you may know what I'm talking about. It was our 100x coin. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I will mention it near the end of the video. So make sure that you are watching this whole video from start to finish to ensure that you don't miss out on what's going on. But yeah, like I said, welcome everyone and thank you for joining us. If you are joining us live, I will crack on, get through this, and if you do have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below if you are watching it live, of course. If you're not watching it live, if you're watching this back over the next few days, next few weeks, you're out and about walking the dog at the gym, or even maybe listening to it in the car, please feel free to subscribe, of course, but also send a message over to our Facebook page and we will get back to you as soon as possible. If you do have any questions, or even, do you know what, I've got a better one, leave a comment below on this video, and what we'll do is we'll come back and answer any questions that we need to answer. So yeah, so if you're not watching it live, you have a question, either drop a comment below or drop us a comment on Facebook and we shall get back to you. Okay, so moving swiftly on, we'll get this video underway. So as I always start on our homepage, so if you do have anything that you do need from us in terms of any products or services, any links to join a Discord, literally anything, then please do Google Crypto Glasgow on Google, obviously, and you'll find us. We are the top result. Click on there and you'll be brought to this homepage, and anything that you do need, you will find it here. So next then, I always then go on to the Instagram page. Now, usually, I think last week I didn't really have much to cover on the the Instagram page, but this week I do. The reason being, so anyone that follows us, and that should be the vast majority of you that follow us on Instagram, will have seen our story today regarding this video here. Now, I'm going to try and play it in just a sec. I don't know how successful that will be, but I will try my very best. I'm going to play this video. You may have seen it before, you may have watched it today, but I'm going to play it regardless for anyone that hasn't seen it, because we posted this back, let me just see if it gives me the timestamp on here. Yeah, it does. So May 19th, 2020. So almost 2 years to the day. Back actually when we first started the Instagram page, I think, when was our first post back here? Our first post was the 8th of May 2020 on this particular page. So it's quite funny actually just looking back at the old posts from back then. But yeah, so let me try and post this video, or sorry, play this video. Now what I might have to do is a little bit of trickery. So let me, first of all, where's my mouse? My mouse isn't working. Right, let me pause this. Don't know why it's going so slow. Let me pause that. And we're giving away our secret music that we use. But then let's go into OBS. Let's try. I don't know why my computer's running so slow. That is quite annoying. I'm going to try and turn that up. Let me know if this works, because it hasn't worked in the past.
With money.
Let's see.
That's another way to think about it. We did.
Is that
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
We print it digitally,
So we as a central bank, we have the ability to create money digitally, and we do that by buying treasury bills or bonds or other government guaranteed securities, and that actually increases the money supply. We also print actual currency, and we distribute that through the Federal Reserve banks.
Simply flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it. We did.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
We print it digitally. So we as a central bank, we have the ability to create money digitally, and we do that by buying treasury bills or.
Okay, so I think that worked. Hopefully you managed to catch the whole video. I think I might have looped it twice, so apologies if you heard it twice. Let me just get this back onto where we had it, and let's just get the music back on. Okay, right, so as you would have heard from that video, essentially, yes, the Jerome Powell just admitted that yes, we just print money essentially with thin air. So anyone that's followed us for a length of period since this, or even just over the past 2 years, we've been growing about it quite a lot, but we have went on about so let me just turn this down a little bit. There we go. So we have went on about inflation quite a bit over the past 2 years, saying that how's that? Is everyone's saying the music's too loud? Is that any better? Let me know. Is that good or bad? I feel like everyone's enjoying the tunes. Music volume down a touch. Let's see. Right. Right, how's that? Is that any better? This is I hope you are enjoying it. This is like a half DJ set, half crypto news. Hopefully you are enjoying the rave that we're getting here. There's zero music now. Right, do you know what? I'm never doing that again. Never doing that again. That was the first and the last video that you'll ever get, because that was too fiddly. Right, so we're going to crack on. Hopefully the volume is back to where it was. I don't know why that has occurred. However, we will move on. So yes, for the past 2 years, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by a DJ set, we have kind of went on and banged on about inflation quite a lot for good reason. And I mean, since that video was posted over 2 years ago, and I think that video is actually quite old as well. I don't think that's a relatively new video. So it wasn't just news back then. There's always been this instance where they just print money out of thin air. It just became more of a thing during the pandemic, simply because they were literally printing money for fun out of thin air and constantly printing and printing and printing and printing. So the caption on it, actually, let me just read the caption. So I need to just scroll up to the story to see the caption. So if we go back, let's see, will it let me hold it? So the caption then: how long do we have left before hyperinflation kicks in? Or is America too big to fail? With the Federal Reserve printing up to $6 trillion during this pandemic, basic economics shows that the increase of any money supply causes inflation and reduces the purchasing power. The reason for this is because a spike in demand exceeds supply, causing the prices of everything to jump higher. Unlike fiat currency, like the dollar and the pound, Bitcoin is a limited supply and cannot be created out of thin air. And then to finish, will this ticking time bomb explode? Now, that was in May, so 19th of May 2020, as we mentioned. So we just say things for how they are. And we've been calling this since 2020. People used to reply to our stories all the time and kind of go on about and saying, nothing about inflation, and inflation's good for the economy, and this is only a good thing. And we always responded with the same old thing: well, that's a lie. Quite clearly, it's came to fruition that we were right, quite rightly so. The fact that inflation has ruined, particularly America, because that's the main focus. Obviously, we live in the UK, but the UK inflation is just as bad. But the US inflation has a knock-on effect across the market because the US dollar is obviously the world's reserve currency. Therefore, that does knock on the kind of rest of the globe. So that's why we focus so highly, or so mainly, shall we say, on the US. So just in case you're wondering why I keep going on about the US, that's why. But so inflation then. So inflation at an all-time high. I will get onto it in just a sec after I speak over the prices. But I wanted to show that video. I wanted to show you the caption that we'd put and just making it clear that nothing's going to change. The cycle continues back 2008, 2009. It's just the exact same financial crash. It's all the same. It's all the exact same. It's just, it doesn't feel like it at the time because you think, oh no, this time it's different, or no, they're doing it for the greater good. Or if you've been to uni or college and you've studied kind of any type of finance or economics or whatever it may be, you might be in a different mindset because you're literally learning from the government. A lecturer and the university is 9 times out of 10 going to tell you what the government want you to know. It's up to you to kind of go out and find out for yourself, or come to people like us, or follow pages like us, and just have a Twitter account. Just be active and being out there and not accepting what people actually say. So I know lecturers and whatnot, you think, oh, if it's a lecturer in a university, they must know what they're talking about. Not necessarily. They are essentially reading from the same hymn sheet that the government provides. So again, we spoke about that so many times, and we actually at one point got so kind of into the point of universities and how much of a scam university is. We were going to start a podcast simply off that topic. We never get round to it, but I feel like we should at some point, and a lot of yous will want that as well, because we do like to speak our minds, and I feel like what we do say is quite common sense as well. So it would be interesting to one day start a podcast. So should we start a podcast? Comment below. Yes, no. Should we start a podcast? Yeah, I feel like we should. Maybe not a Crypto Glasgow podcast. I feel like it should just be a separate podcast altogether. But yeah, comment below if we should, or comment below if we shouldn't. Just comment below. Why not? Okay, moving on to the prices, and then I'll get back into the inflation. I feel like I need a little rest from the inflation talk, and let's chat prices, because that's what a lot of you care about more than anything. So let me get a sip of my lemon and ginger green tea, and then we will fire on through the prices. So, price-wise then, I'll start with the market cap. So even just today, the market cap was below the $2 trillion market cap and sitting about 1.9 something. Obviously, from the previous weeks, we were quite high in market cap. We're up at like 2.2, 2.3 trillion, which was obviously lovely to see. But the past few days have shown that we've dumped a little bit. And in fact, I'll actually just bring up the chart. Let's see. We're seeing some good responses so far about a podcast, which is lovely to see. So the past week then, even since last week's live, we're sitting at the 2.1 trillion. And since then, it held quite well up until, pretty much yesterday. And then we've obviously dumped down a bit to 1.9. So lost quite a bit on the market cap. Not a big deal because we have reclaimed a little bit. We are back up 2.6% on the day. So looking good. But in terms of the prices, I'll run through them, and then I will bring up that Bitcoin analysis that I was talking about at the very start of this video. So from the top then, just the top 10, as I always do. So if you're not listening, if you're not listening, if you're not watching and you are listening, then if you're not looking at the screen, I'm basically going to just run through the top 10, run over the prices, and then we'll move swiftly on. And so starting with Bitcoin, we're looking at 41,000, just above 41,000. So we've reclaimed that 41k mark. Ethereum sitting at 3,086, up 2.2% for the day. BNB is $417, just up 2% for the day. XRP sitting at 71 cents, up 2.2 for the day. Solana looking at 104 and it's up 1.3% for the day. Cardano lost its $1 support, but it's now sitting at 96 cents, up 2% for the day. Terra Luna, $86, up almost 3%. And then lastly, AVAX or Avalanche, it's sitting at $79.54. Now that's up almost 5% for the day. So, bit of a kind of steady move. Obviously, we've not really reclaimed the losses that we've had the past 24 hours. However, the fact is we are 2, 3, 4, almost 5% in the green in some of these altcoins, and even Bitcoin performing quite, I would say quite well, but performing okay, up 3%. It is as positive as we would want. It's better that than being red. That's the main thing. So again, we've got even more people saying yes for a podcast, yes for a podcast. Views on the future of Swissborg price. Could we have a peek at ZIL? And then yes on a podcast. So I don't tend to look at prices on this one. It's usually the Monday Night Live is prices. I'll have a quick peek, but I don't do price analysis. I'm more of a news analysis and just general chat. That actually reminds me, the members live stream, so I know majority of you will be members that are watching this. The members live stream is normally on a Monday, as we'll know, and it's held with Asim, where he breaks down all the technicals of charts, takes requests and whatnot. That's the more in-depth Discord only members live stream. That will be happening on Friday this week. So it just had to get moved, unfortunately, this week, but we are still going ahead on Friday, so look out for that. And then we'll be back to our normal posting schedule of a Monday night. But tune in, like I said, if you are looking for price analysis, tune in to the Monday night. I highly, highly recommend it. And it's a live stream, so you have your opportunity to ask questions there on demand, and Asim will be more than happy to work through and answer your queries and even do some technical analysis. I guess I can answer the views on future of Swissborg price because it's not technically analysis. Again, we don't change our views on projects very often. Same goes by Swissborg. We don't change, or we're not changing our opinion on that. So if you have seen us talk about it before, same rules apply. We are Swissborg holders kind of till the end, shall we say. Not just for the price of Swissborg in general, but for the actual platform. So I know that's not entirely a question, but it does kind of help tie in. So yeah, for us, the price of Swissborg, obviously it's performing like 50 cents or something just now. It's kind of seems quite steady at that. Let me just double check. Yeah, 47 cents, and it's pretty much been at that for quite some time. Which is again not a huge deal when it comes to our position, because we've been in Swissborg since like 4 cents or 6 cents or something back at the very, very start. So for us, we love to see up at the kind of $2-3 mark. We'd love to see it at $5, and we actually believe that it should be a lot more valuable than what it is for the actual project. However, we obviously can't decide on what market prices are. But yeah, so if that answered your question, we still stand by we'd love to see it $2-3 at some point. Will that be this year? We don't know. We also don't mind, because like I've just said, we're in Swissborg for the long haul, with good reason as well. So hopefully that answers your question. And then Steffi, I'll look at ZIL, but I don't know if I can tell you much on it, simply because, let me just see, bring up the chart. It's kind of come down from its highs when it listed regarding the NFT stuff. It's still up technically for the month, which is good, but yeah, for me, and you'll know this as well, Steffi, you've been a member for quite some time. I'm assuming you've had ZIL for quite some time as well, but I mean, I've held ZIL. In fact, let me just double check the exact time I bought ZIL, but I'm a big fan of Zilliqa. Have been since I bought it. Let me just try and find it. I think it was 2019, maybe 2018. Where are we? Where's Zilliqa? Let's see. So, what was the first buy? Scroll. Yeah, May 10th, 2018. So, and that was actually at almost at a high. I bought that at 21 cents back then. So I technically bought it at its high. And I remember buying it as well. I was in work at the time. But then I bought back in at 0.02. And that was in January 2019. So And ever since then, I've been kind of buying and buying and buying. So I've been holding it for a long, long period, hence why I go on about it so long. I'm not willing to sell it quite yet. It's all time high. I think the all time high was like 26 or something. There we go. It's kind of 26. I'm sure it was. It's not going to let me go up, is it? 23, 24. It was about 26 cents. So it's actually not far away from its all time high overall. So I don't continue to buy it. I've held it for long enough. I've got a nice enough bag that I'm happy with. But I still see the long term. And Zilliqa is one of my kind of longer term holds, to be honest. If it does perform exceptionally well, if we do get a proper good alt season, then I might look to obviously get rid of majority of it. I don't think I'll sell out of it. But again, I will update everyone in the Discord when and if that happens, because Zilliqa is my kind of personal favourite, along with Vechain as well. So, and you said you got it in Jan last year, so well done. You've been holding it, and hopefully you've seen quite a nice return. If you sold out of it, did you sell out of it, Steffi, or are you holding on, or what's your kind of plans for Zilliqa then? Okay, cool. That's the kind of prices then. Like I said, stick around for the end of the video, because I do have, I wouldn't say an announcement. Well, yeah, I would say an announcement. We have spoken to a particular project that we all know and love, and very, very exciting stuff. So stay tuned for that. I also have some exciting news coming out from Vechain and Baidou as well, which most of you should be interested in. Okay, right, back to inflation. Let's chat inflation. I'm going to read here from the Financial Times. Whether you like the Financial Times or not, I'm going to read from it anyway, just to get an idea of what they are mentioning regarding the 8.5% surge in inflation. Okay, so headline: US inflation hits 8.5% after surge in energy and food prices. The Fed official warns of upside risk to price. Sorry, let me try and start that again. Top Fed official warns of upside risk to price growth due to the war in Ukraine and the Chinese lockdowns. Okay, we'll leave it at that. We'll move on. So the US consumer price growth surpassed 8% in March, its fastest pace since 1981, following a surge in the cost of energy and food, maintaining pressure on the Federal Reserve to take aggressive action to tackle inflation. The Consumer Price Index, or the CPI, increased 8.5% the last month compared with a year ago, marginally above the Wall Street's expectations, the Bureau of Labour Statistics said on Tuesday. The monthly rise was 1.2%, the fastest jump since September 2005. Now 1.2 doesn't sound like a lot, considering we're used to crypto and we're used to like 50%, but believe you me, 1.2% in a market, when the conventional market, is humongous. So like I said, September 2005, and a sharp acceleration from the 0.8% increase in February. So once volatile items such as food and energy are stripped out, the core CPI advanced 0.3% in March. That was the slowest rise since September, but still translated to a 6.5% annual increase. So this part's quite funny. So Leo Brainard, a Fed governor awaiting Senate confirmation to be the next vice chair, warned of upside risks to inflation, citing Russia's invasion on Ukraine, which is fueling energy and food costs, and the new C-19 lockdowns in China that could worsen supply chain constraints. It's almost just like pointing a finger. The economy has sustained now a number of these kinds of inflationary shocks from external events, she said at the Wall Street Journal event. We've seen a lot of resilience, but we've also seen very high inflation. Yeah, no shit. So the reason I wanted to read about this particular article, and I'm sure most articles mentioned this as well, but I just wanted to pick this one. So this section here. So we actually posted this. I think I might have a meme for it. Yes, I do. So this meme here. So this is relating to the inflation. So let's print $1 billion. Inflation runs at 10%. Fucking Vladimir Putin. So it's like hopefully you get that meme. I don't have to try and break it down for you, but the blame's getting put on the crisis or the war, if you want to call it, in Russia, or the invasion. So yeah, it's almost just like Biden's just deciding to pick. I mean, he doesn't really pick anything. I don't think he even knows what day it is half the time. Quite clearly he doesn't, but he's obviously been told to mention and say that it's the Russia's fault for whatever reason. Now, there's many reasons why he can say that, and many reasons why most people will believe that. Simply because vast majority of people that believe in Biden and believe in governments are brainwashed. Can I say that? So whatever they say goes, kind of thing, and they've been taught not to kind of question the government and to ever question any kind of power. So if people like Biden and the Fed are saying it's due to Russia, then a large percentage of people who follow this will be like, okay, well, it must be Russia because Russia are really bad and they're invasion a country at the moment and it's really, really bad. Now, of course, yes, it is really, really bad. What's going on? We're not saying that it's not a horrible situation. It's terrible. War's not a nice thing. But the fact that the Fed and Biden and whatnot are then blaming the fact that they've printed trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars the past 2 years, and then they're blaming the inflation number on the war. It's almost just like, it's expected. It's 100% expected. We knew they were going to say that, but like, come on, man. Like, they'll never admit it's due to printing money. We get that, but there's just that little glimmer of hope at one point that they maybe just don't blame it on what else is happening in the world, basically. As you can tell, it's quite a soft subject, or a soft spot, when it comes to inflation and governments, because it just rails me up, because it's just all lies, and people who are not maybe as into these markets as we are, me, you watching this, anyone else, then as soon as they hear that, then everyone just hates the bad guy being Putin. But anyway, I'll move on from that. I'm sure you are kind of bored of hearing it, and it doesn't make your life that much different. But anyway, if you do want to read any more on that, then obviously we will have, and we do bring quite regularly, breakdowns on that in Discord as well. But yeah, the news here being inflation hits a record high, the highest prices seen since, the highest percentages seen since 1981 in the US, and it's been blamed on Ukraine, or the Ukraine invasion. So anyway, let me move on, and we'll try and find some lighter news to chat about. Now, in some lighter news, Terra have bought more Bitcoin. Can you believe it? So, Terra Luna, if you've watched us now the past 3 weeks, each week I have brought up the fact that Terra have bought more and more and more Bitcoin. Last week's live stream was particularly good because I broke down reasons why I believe that you need to pay more attention to this news. Now, people see this news and just brush it off and think, all right, brilliant, another rich person is buying more Bitcoin, great, fantastic, I can't even buy one, right? That's fine, all fine and well looking at that. But like, I'll try not to get into it too much, but watch last week's video. About halfway through it, I start speaking about Michael Saylor and the owner of Terra Luna, as well as any other billionaire buying Bitcoin, and why I think it's important that you should pay more attention when it comes to these people buying more Bitcoin. So go watch last week's video. I would love to say it's linked above, or it's linked here, or it's linked here, but I don't actually know if I can do that quite yet. But if I can, check out the link above to last week's video. If not, click on our YouTube channel and watch it. On that point, everyone stop what they're doing and like this video, please, or like this live stream. In fact, do both. If you're watching it live, press the like button. If you're not watching it live and you're watching it back hours after or the day after, pause the video, press the like button, then come back. Okay, done? Okay, thank you. So, but yeah, so go watch last week's video, and you'll see the reason why I'm bringing this up. Now, to read into the article, the Luna Foundation buys 2,508 Bitcoin for $100 million. the stash is now only 495 Bitcoin away from Tesla's balance. Now, don't forget, Tesla still own a vast portfolio of Bitcoin in their balance sheet. They never sold any, so just remember that. Okay, so LFG, which is quite funny because LFG obviously stands for something else, but the Luna Foundation has purchased another batch of Bitcoin on Wednesday, adding to the non-profits Bitcoin reserves meant to protect the Terra's network stablecoin UST. Now, UST, for anyone who doesn't know, is available to yield at 19.5%, or up to 19.5% on Swissborg, so please make sure you check out Swissborg if you don't have one already, and make use of that. Now, on April 13th, 2022, at 1:55 a.m, I don't know why they're being so specific, the LFG Bitcoin wallet scooped up another 2,508 Bitcoin after acquiring 4,130 Bitcoin 3 days ago. Now, the purchase of 2,508 Bitcoin was worth 100 million, basically, rather than me going to breaking that number down, but 100 million using the Bitcoin exchange rates at the time of settlement. Now, after obtaining this additional 2,508 Bitcoin, the Luna Foundation Bitcoin wallet now holds 42,406.92 Bitcoin, worth around an estimated $1.79 billion. Must be nice, huh? So the LFG's wallet has seen a total of 68 transactions, but has never sent a single Satoshi out of the wallet. And a myriad of dust transactions has sent it to the LFG wallet on a daily basis. So essentially, the reason why this is so important is, one, based on last week's video, what I was mentioning, and two, the fact that they're buying even more Bitcoin. Now, no one should be skeptical of Bitcoin at this point. If you are, I'm sorry, you're probably not going to make it. But the fact is, they've now became the 18th largest Bitcoin wallet ever in existence. Let me just see. So yeah, see it actually right there. So the reason that's so important is because the 15th largest Bitcoin wallet today is OKX, which is an exchange. So OKX is quite a big exchange. I don't know if I can bring it up on here. Let's see. OKX, where is OKX? I say it's a big exchange and I can't even find it. OKX, that's a futures one. Anyway, I'm sure it's there. So 25. It's not massive. It's not small. I mean, it's 8.4 billion trading volume. Still a lot. Still quite a lot. But anyway, yes. So back to this. So yeah, the fact is, an exchange has to hold so much Bitcoin, obviously, because people are buying and selling and whatever. This one wallet holds almost the same as that, and it's a non-profit foundation just to support a stablecoin. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal, basically. So go watch last week's video. I know I keep saying it, but it's important. Go watch last week's video. Okay, so that's the LFG, or the Luna Foundation news. I wanted to move on to the next part, which again is big news. I won't go into the whole detail of it. In fact, I don't know if I actually opened it up. Did I open it up? No, I didn't open it up. Yeah, I didn't open it up just because it's just an announcement. It's not an actual confirmation of anything, but it's still big news. So the Brazilian Senate announces the incoming approval of the Bitcoin law. So essentially, they're trying to get regulation approved in Brazil to essentially make Bitcoin usable. So it's, again, like I said, it's big news, but it's not confirmation news. Therefore, I haven't went into the whole story. I wanted just to bring it up because I think it's quite interesting that, yet again, another country is stepping up and trying to do something quite positive for Bitcoin. So, very, very good. Okay, so this is quite big news as well, actually. So, a new crypto card by Nexo allows users to pay without selling Bitcoin. So, we get asked this question quite a lot regarding crypto cards, and we do have a video coming out actually very soon about crypto cards, so pay attention for that. We will announce that in the next coming days. But yeah, so moving on then. So Nexo has officially launched its cryptocurrency credit card in collaboration with MasterCard after announcing the project back in 2019. Now, major cryptocurrency loan company Nexo has officially launched a crypto-backed MasterCard, enabling users to pay for services with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin without actually selling their crypto. So Nexo has partnered with MasterCard and the peer-to-peer payment startup Depocket to launch the Nexo card. You maybe have heard of this before. A crypto card allowing cardholders to use their crypto as collateral rather than selling it. And that was announced today, of all times. Now, the card is linked to the Nexo provided crypto-backed credit line, allowing the use of multiple assets as collateral, including but not limited to Bitcoin, Ether, and the USDT stablecoin. Someone's commented here, "Hi mate, hope all is good. Why are you focusing on news rather than charts? Most are already priced in," because that's what we do here on a Wednesday. Again, I'm not sure if you're new here, I'm assuming you are, but a Monday is when we speak about charts. Today is a news update and we don't chat too much about prices, so that's why. If you don't want to know about news, you can tune in on a Monday and you'll hear about charts and prices. So the Nexo card functions through Nexo's crypto-backed credit lines, which means that the funds for your purchases come from the available credit line while your digital asset portfolio remains intact. So quite a bit different from other cards. So again, very interesting to see that more crypto debit cards are coming out. So Crypto.com being the kind of most famous one, and then Plutus is the one that we use mostly. Again, it's just good to see more and more coming out, regardless if they are using your crypto or not using your crypto to spend. The fact that there's more coming out is very exciting to see. So yeah, that was pretty much all I wanted to cover with the Nexo card. Again, like I said, we do have a video coming out very, very soon regarding a particular Visa debit card that we can use on or use for spending and gaining crypto back for each purchase. So stay tuned for that. It's coming very, very soon. Okay, so someone else has asked there, thanks. Any news on Flocky, Inu or Shiba? We don't talk about that trash on this channel, unfortunately. So no, there is no news. Other than I think actually Shiba pumped like 20% recently, for whatever reason. But no, we don't speak about that, unfortunately, on these channels. But what's your thoughts regarding Baidou news today? Oh well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm just about to move on to that. And what's your price target for 2022? So I'm just about to move on to the Baidou news. But you know what? I'll do it right now. So members will have seen today that we posted this in the Discord regarding Baidou and Vechain. So huge news, simply because Baidou is obviously one of our top picks. We've been involved for years and years and years, and I know a lot of our members have as well. And same goes for Vechain as well. So a lot of us have been holding Vechain and like the Vechain network. Well, they've both came together, and Baidou, like I said here actually, Baidou is implementing Vechain as a collateral asset. So now, what is Baidou? I won't read that because everyone knows. If you are a member, you will know what Baidou is. But in fact, you know what? I'll cover it for anyone that's not a member and is not sure what Baidou is. Baidou, we are a big fan of Baidou. So Baidou is building a new blockchain system that is dedicated to a decentralized finance, or to decentralized finance. Our goal is to create a blockchain agnostic ecosystem for DeFi applications. The Baidou ecosystem uses two different tokens: the government's token, which is BID, which most of us will know, and then the stablecoin, which is BAI. Users can also stake their BID tokens and support the Baidou network. The stablecoin BAI is algorithmic stablecoin that is paid 1-for-1 to the US dollar. So if you are in Discord, you'll know we've done a recent breakdown or project update on Baidou, and you'll know a little bit more about the BAI stablecoin. But today's news is what we're focusing on. So today's news is Baidou is implementing Vechain as a collateral asset. and this means that Vechain can be locked up in the CDPs to generate the BAI stablecoin. So, using VET as a collateral is very easy. At first, the Vechain is locked up in the CDP, and in return, the appropriate amount of BAI is generated and can be used freely by the CDP creator. Now, to regain access to the locked VET or Vechain, the BAI has to be repaid to the system. This is simply done by a simple function call and sending it back to BAI to the CDP. After that, the Vechain will be or are unlocked and can be transferred freely again by the CDP creator. Now, the reason I think this is big news, or the reason I'm bringing this is big news, is because, well, Vechain are huge. It's a huge platform. Baidou are also a huge platform, or huge project, should I say. And in terms of what they're trying to do in the future, how much will this impact price? Not very much, I would imagine, at this current state. As we know, Baidou are very, very quiet on socials. They are particularly focused on coding and making sure that their code is 100% correct for the future. So they are quite slow to the market. We all know that. Some people don't like that. Some people don't mind that. And some people just understand why. So the fact that this news is coming out is exciting to see because it's a big partnership. Now, Baidou actually have quite a few big partnerships. So it's interesting that another one has come out. Right, let's see what else is going on in the chat. So the sad truth is, if we do have another rally above 52k, coins like Sheep, Kiba, Doge will pump due to new retail. Yeah, no, 100% agree. It's the same old story goes. Whenever Bitcoin does pump, then you are going to get the small coins or the S coins like Shiba and Doge and whatever. You will get them pumping, which is fine. We don't mind that as such. We're just not investors in them. That's what I mean more about with this. When I say we don't speak about them on this channel, it's more just because they are just S coins. Yes, they move and people make a lot of money on them, but we're not particularly interested. But yeah, it's the harsh reality of being in this market and being people so uneducated and just wanting a quick flip. But I do agree, it's a sad truth. It is a sad truth. But yeah, so that's the Vechain and Baidou news. Like I said, price-wise, won't have much of an effect right now. Why is that? Well, that's because Bitcoin's not performing as well as we want it to be. It's not getting it into its retracement as of yet. Therefore, we're not going to see these altcoins pump until we get this retracement. We all know this by now. Bitcoin leads the way. What Bitcoin says, the altcoins will do. So that's why it's not really a big deal on price action, but it's more about these partnerships, underlying partnerships that are getting logged now in current. So that's currently why. What price target do you have for Baidou, and what price would you plan on selling Baidou? Again, you're better tuning in for prices on a Monday. On a Monday night. I don't particularly speak about price targets or anything like that. There is actually, if you scroll back in Discord in the price in the coin breakdown section, there is a section in there from probably this time last year, if not older, with a lot of our kind of expectations and prices and where we're looking to sell out. So if you are interested, you could go check that out. But yeah, I don't really speak about it on a Wednesday night anyway. So sorry about that. Okay. Lastly, before I move on to, I guess I should have moved this to near the start. Actually, come to think of it, but it was just Pomp's tweet. We're all going to raise prices 8.5% and then just blame Putin. Seems to be working for politicians. And this was yesterday. He posted that, and yeah, that seems to be what happened. Okay, so last but not least, so I'm going to finish up after this next segment, is one that we spoke about back in January. So if you remember, you'll remember back in January we brought you a project that then done 100x. So go check back on that, and if you remember, you'll know exactly what I mean. But yeah, so I'm going to speak a little bit about that. Now the project is, of course, so first of all, thanks for watching till the end. But that project is, of course, Genzo Kishi with MV. Now, this project is something that we posted at the end of January to our members, and even we actually did post it on Instagram as well, so if you did follow us, you would have caught this. But if we go back, was it 3 months? Is that too short? I don't think it's actually registered on CoinStats, but yeah, it done a 100x in the first I think it was like the first week or so, maybe shorter than that. It done really, really well, and yeah, we're here to bring some more news on it. So the big news for Genzo then, or not the big news as such, but the potential big news is we have been speaking to the Genzo Kishi team, so the MV team, and let's just say we are extremely excited for what's coming in the future, in the coming weeks and coming months for the project. Now, we have brought some updates obviously in the past few months on the project. We are big believers and we do believe in this for the long term. So it's exciting for us when we hear any kind of update. Now, I can't obviously release any type of information exactly what's happening because that's it's not fair. But I can confirm that there is exciting news coming in the coming weeks and coming months for the project, and we will continue to buy and hold Genzo in our portfolio, which I know a lot of you do as well. So if you are a member, you'll probably still hold majority of your tokens because you got them for so cheap, and we respect that. But we will continue to kind of follow this project and continue to buy and hold, like I said. So if it is something that interests you, you can of course buy Genzo Kishi on Bybit. Now, if you check the link in the description of this video, there's a link to Bybit where you can get over $4,000 in rewards for using the link and then funding your account. So check that out if you are looking to buy MV. Make sure to use the link to make the benefit of getting some bonus deposits. So that was the big news. So thanks very much for sticking around. I do have one final thing I'm going to finish on in just a sec, but the big news was we are still bullish on the project. We'll continue to hold the project and we'll continue to update you with the news when it comes over the coming weeks and months. Again, can't tell you exactly when it's coming. We don't actually know exactly when it's coming, but we know it's coming, and we'll let you know as soon as we know if we do find anything out in advance. But we will bring that to our members' updates ASAP so that you can make the most of that as well. So yeah, big news for that. Now, one thing I'm going to finish up on then is we're going to start a new segment in the Wednesday night, well, pretty much every YouTube video that we do, but we're going to start doing giveaways on YouTube. So the giveaway will be for a ledger. So we're going to do a monthly giveaway. So every month we're going to do a giveaway in terms of, well, you know what a ledger is. I don't actually have one to hand, I don't believe. I don't have one to hand. I'll get one for the next video. But a Ledger Nano S, we're going to give away one every single month. And to enter, all you need to do is comment on any of our videos below. So comment on this video, comment on last week's video. If it's within that month, comment on it, whatever it may be, we'll reply. And then every month we'll pick a winner from the comments, a random generator. We'll do it as fair as possible. And we'll give that person a Ledger Nano. So it's a new giveaway. It's a YouTube giveaway, so we are known for doing giveaways elsewhere, but YouTube is now our main platform for this. So if you are interested and you do want to get involved in the giveaway, make sure after this video, comment on the video. Comment whatever you want. Let me know what your thoughts are on the video. Let me know any things that you'd like to see in the videos or things that you didn't like in the videos. Anything at all. The best comment. We'll reply to all of the comments as well, and we'll get back to you. But yeah, if you're interested in winning a ledger once a month, comment on any of our videos in the month and we shall pick a winner using a random generator on live stream as well. So that's it, all good to go. Thanks very much for joining and for tuning in and for all your questions and comments. Again, just to remind everyone, the Wednesday night is a crypto news update, a little bit about prices, but I don't actually deep dive into any particular coins or price analysis. That's solely done to our Discord members on a Monday night. Now, if you're not a Discord member for whatever reason, any particular strange reason, then please make sure that you do sign up and get involved. There is like literally years, actually, not only say there's loads of content, but there's literal years of content to get back and work through. If you do become a Premium Plus member, you also get access to our trading diary, and you can start to trade. They happen very, very confident. Sorry, not confident. Very what's the word I'm looking for? I was in such a role there, and I'm looking for the word. The past few trades have been successful. I'll say that. Now, obviously, trade at your own risk, but we do have risk analysis in there. We do have breakdowns, price breakdowns, why we're taking the trade, and yeah, that's the Premium Plus section. But look, don't take it from me. Go check it out yourself. You'll find any link for our website, for our Discord, whatever it may be, in the comment section below. In fact, I'll pin the comment, but it's also in the description of the video below, so check that out. And yeah, thank you very much for joining. And we'll see you next week, or I will see you next week. And members, we'll see you on Friday night for a live stream, but we'll also see you on Monday. And if you're not a member, join now. Don't miss out. And yeah, we'll see you in there. Now, goodbye everyone. We will see you very, very soon. Peace.